Welcome back, Wastelanders. You're listening to An Old World Radio Christmas with me, the Storyteller. I wrote a poem here I would like to read for all you Commonwealth listeners. Be quiet, Edna. I'm about to read my poem. Here I have a Christmas story, one I shall tell. It was the night of October 22nd, the day before the bombs fell. The Matherson family went to buy a new breed of tree, one they saw that morning while eating in front of the TV. Just after waking up from the alarm clock's bell, the television in the living room had something to sell. A mom and dad with their 8-year-old Stephanie enjoyed their morning of cereal in the 2070s. Sugar bombs for breakfast while watching The Silver Shroud, interrupted by a commercial that spoke of a tree quite loud. The everlasting pine, the TV man did say, at a low, low price, but only for today. Stephanie looked at her father, and her father looked right back. He could see it in her eyes that they were both on the right track. These new pines bought in October will remain green into the next year all over. So when Christmas rolls around, you won't need another. The father and the daughter both looked at the mother. All right, just don't be a bother. Start shoveling snow, honey, then we will be on our way. The driveway is packed, and we want the tree today. The father went outside to start doing just that, while the daughter ran upstairs to get her snow hat. She knelt down by the bed and put her hands together, then prayed to Santa that she had been better. I've been a good girl this year, and I'm sure of that. All I want this year is the best Christmas ever and a small black cat. Her mother followed her to her room and got the hint, then silently left so she could meet with Kent. Honey, I know what Stephanie wants for Christmas, she said. He smiled and said that he already knew. Now that the driveway was cleared, there was only one thing left to do. They hopped into the Corvega and took off and flew. Past Concord and past Lexington, there was truly nothing that could stop the Mathersons. They picked out their tree and headed back to the house. When they arrived, Kent got a kiss from his spouse. What was that for, he asked, just for fun? She smiled, and he knew that he was a lucky one. They brought in the tree and set it in the living room. Then they covered it in lights, which made the house bloom. The more decorations they threw up on it, the bigger Stephanie's smile grew right along with it. When the night was over and things finally settled, they all went to sleep, but little Stephanie felt a little rattled. No one knew what was to happen that next day, but something told Stephanie that things were not okay. She got down to pray one last time to check with Claus, but unfortunately, as you could guess, it was a lost cause. She got back to bed and decided her gut she would not obey, because she would be too tired to play the next day. The next morning, the Mathersons ate breakfast again with the sugar bombs, but this time Stephanie had 2 sweaty palms. With no TV on, there was no one to warn them that what would happen next would leave no one to mourn them. While glancing at the Christmas tree, they saw a bright light, followed by a mushroom cloud which brought along great fright. The father tried to get his brother in the military on the phone, but the landline went straight to a dial tone. The blast wave was coming like the speed of light, so he grabbed his daughter and wife and held them in tight. Little Stephanie tried to put her hands together for one more pray, but the bomb had annihilated the house to their dismay. With the house in shreds and the Mathersons nowhere to be found, the rest of the area looked the same all around. The only thing untouched and the only thing standing was the everlasting pine, left completely fine and withstanding. It was a Christmas miracle. While everything was destroyed and brown, the tree remained green and rooted in the ground. Until a Santa costume wearing Deathclaw chasing someone in a blue vault suit ran past the tree and gave it a good boot. What stood for 200 years after an atomic blast couldn't handle the weight of a Deathclaw's mass. But what can you do when you only care about loot? Maybe pay attention and have a Merry Christmas, you brute. Hope you enjoyed that poem, Wastelanders. Well, at least more than the Mathersons would. Ha! Storyteller's got jokes. Yeah, I thought you'd like that, Edna. Learn to take a joke from time to time. The world is a very cruel and harsh wasteland. Sometimes the only thing that can get you through is a laugh once in a while. Well, time to get back to the Christmas tunes once again. Wait till you folks hear the next story I have lined up for you all. Might just be one of those stories that saves your life.